7 regions, 378 vintage cars and 1,000 miles. A really special event. That was the Mille Miglia 2011. The route from Brescia to Rome and back again. They drove through historic town centers, magnificent landscapes and past thousands of fans. There were lots of racing car veterans there too, such as Klaus Ludwig, Jochen Mass and Giacomo Agostini. Twice Formula One champion Mika Häkkinen and DTM legend Bernd Schneider also insisted on taking part in the world's most famous vintage car race. Giacomo Agostini drove a Mercedes-Benz 710 SS from 1930. For the former racing motorcyclist, getting a pre-war model to move is quite a big challenge.
Because it's heavy car, because it's a very old car with a lot of power, have about 700 horsepower, and it's heavy car, and it's difficult, but it's fantastic. And I worry about because this car costs a lot of money. I must be careful.
Mika Häkkinen drove together with Juan Manuel Fangio Jr., the nephew of the 5 times Formula One champion, in a Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR, a legendary racing car. It was in just the same type of car in 1955 that Stirling Moss managed to win the Mille Miglia with the fastest time ever recorded back then. For Mika Häkkinen too, it's a really special car.
You can imagine, if you take a car which is built in 1955, it has a lot of differences compared to current racing cars in the field. That time the Mercedes was building this car particularly for the races. So it is a very high-tech car in 1955. It is very light, it's only 800 kilos. It has a 300 horsepower. They say the top speed is something like 290 kilometers per hour. So it is quite incredible performance what that car can create.
But in this race it's not only speed that is decisive. Former DTM professional Roland Asch is overwhelmed by the crowd's enthusiasm.
I've never experienced anything like that. It was fantastic. And the way the car performed, just brilliant. And all that excitement from the fans along the route.
The Mille Miglia is tradition combined with Italian flair. Magnificent vintage cars, grandiose routes, delighted spectators, and a dash of amore.